Hey guys, welcome back to the Rideshare Hub. It's Isabella, and today I wanted to share a story with you guys. So I've honestly taken like thousands of Ubers and I have a bunch of crazy stories about some interesting Uber drivers that I've had. So this is a new style of video that we haven't done too much on the channel. So if you do like this video, let me know down in the comments and give it a thumbs up. But anyways, let's just get started into the story. Oh, also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, I will put the @ on the screen, and there's also a link in the description. This story takes place when I was living in Egypt. I just moved to the US recently from Egypt, where I spent quite a few years there, so I had a lot of really interesting Uber experiences there. This one in particular is one that I won't forget, and what makes it so difficult is that there's the language barrier because my driver didn't speak a lot of English. He mostly spoke Arabic and I don't speak that much Arabic, so it was really hard to communicate. But anyways, I got picked up from a friend's house, which is about a 45-minute drive from my place. I needed an Uber to get home, and I was just ordering an Uber like normal. The Uber comes, picks me up, I get in the car, everything's fine, okay? This guy, he starts going on the highway, and for some reason, like, he starts talking to me. I wasn't really sure what he was saying, to be honest. And he ends up pulling over. Okay, we're trying to have a conversation. Nothing's really, neither of us are really understanding each other. So it's really hard for me to understand like what he's trying to communicate to me. And what ends up happening is that he actually snatches my phone from my hand. And mind you, we're like in the middle of the highway, but like just off to the side, and the traffic in Cairo is absolutely insane. A lot of the roads don't even have lanes on them, and if they do have lanes, people don't really listen to them. People don't really listen to a speed limit either. It's like, I feel like there's not a lot of rules on the road. So you can imagine how unsafe I felt being stopped there, and there were like a million cars passing by. So anyways, he snatches the phone out of my hand, okay? He cancels he doesn't even cancel the trip. He ends the trip from his phone, pretending he had taken me to my destination, and gives himself 5 stars from my phone. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, this is my phone, bro. Like, I'm not gonna give you a 5-star rating for just like stopping here for no reason. And I literally had no idea what was going on. I was like, oh, is he trying to kidnap me? Like, I had no idea. And he was like, oh, I can't take you to where you need to go. Like, that's what I was able to make out from what he was saying, because I did understand a little bit of Arabic, and I couldn't, like, I tried asking him why he couldn't take me where I needed to go, and like, he could obviously see how far I needed to go, and he could have just canceled and let someone else pick me up. So he orders a new Uber from my account to come pick me up, and he's like, okay, you need to get out because there's a lot of cars here. And I was like, what? And like, he basically like kicked me out of the car, and I was just standing on the side of the highway waiting for my next Uber to come. And I was like, what the heck? Like, I was literally forced to pay for the Uber I had just been in that only drove like 2 minutes. And then I get kicked off on the side of the road, like our super busy highway, waiting for the next Uber. And I'm just thinking, like, how is the next car gonna stop for me to be able to get in the car? So I was super confused. Anyways, luckily the next Uber comes, I get in the car, and everything seems fine. And then he starts acting a little bit weird. I get this question a lot just because like people are kind of racist and they just assume, but he was like, oh, like, are you Chinese? And I was like, no, I'm not. And he was like, oh, what are you, like Japanese? Like, are you from the Philippines? I was like, no, I'm white and Korean. And he's like, okay, whatever. I thought he was just trying to make small talk. Then he was like, oh, you're so beautiful, like your mother must be so beautiful. And I was like, what does my mother have to do with this? Like, what? Like, it was so random, and it made me feel really uncomfortable. And I still had like another 20 minutes left in this guy's car, so I was like, I didn't know what to do. Like, I was trying to just play it cool, pass it off, like whatever, because I didn't want to keep dealing with these like annoying Ubers. So anyways, it starts escalating to get worse and worse, and honestly, this is probably the worst Uber experience I've had like ever out of all of them. Like, just the series of like these Ubers, it was terrible. So anyways, I notice he starts taking me to a different direction, because every time I'm in an Uber, I'm always like watching the map and like the GPS to make sure that they're taking me like where I'm supposed to go, because there actually has been a couple times where like they weren't taking me where I was supposed to go, and it was really weird. So anyways, I noticed he wasn't taking me to where I was supposed to go. So I was like, yo, like you're going the wrong way. And he was like, no, like it's a shortcut. And I was like, okay. So anyways, I'm just trying to chill because all I want to do is get home, and I already dealt with this other Uber that was being like really annoying. And then I realized we start getting even further from where I'm supposed to be, which is my house. I literally am just like, yo, like it's cool, you can let me out. Like I was getting a really strong gut feeling that this was like not like that something was wrong. And he was like, no, it's a shortcut, and I was like, no, it's not, like it's cool, like you can just let me off here, I kept saying that. Okay, he didn't let me out. Eventually we come to a stop because there's just too many cars, and I literally just got out of the car and started running because like I had a really bad feeling, and I started running. Eventually I got to a point where I was just like kind of on an off-road, and I wasn't like, he wasn't gonna like be able to find me, especially like being stuck between all the cars in the traffic. So just when you thought this story couldn't get any weirder, he starts calling me because the trip is still going. So like I think he was able to see my phone number in the app, naively and ignorantly answered the first phone call, which like you shouldn't answer calls from unknown numbers or like numbers you don't recognize. Anyways, I figure out it was him. I hang up, he keeps calling me, I block the number. I'm off to the side, I start calling my friends to see if anyone can pick me up. You know, no one's really available, so I end up taking a taxi. I just waved a taxi down. The taxi driver was totally chill, nothing weird there. I still pulled up a GPS like for myself on my phone to make sure he was going the right way, and everything was great. Paid him in cash, whatever, was fine. But yeah, that was a very crazy experience, just like having two like weird back-to-back Ubers. It like made me not want to ever take Uber again. It ended up being fine, thankfully. Nothing happened to me, no one got hurt. So moral of the story, just, you know, be careful, stay aware. You know, if I wasn't aware of like the second guy going a different direction away from my house, I probably would have just like, I don't know what would have happened to me, you know what I mean? So always good to, you know, be cautious. But yeah, I hope you guys liked that story. I don't know if it was interesting or not to you, but let me know what you think in the comments, and I can make more story times, because trust me, I have so many Uber story times. Anyways, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.